Oh, what the heck is going on?
Earthquake. The mountain is angry. Things may have shifted.
Also, it seems like we got some stuff back. Well, alright then. Let's hope that's not going to become a problem for future updates. Well, anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. This earthquake is a feature that I'm pretty sure was supposed to be in there from the beginning of the game. It basically resets resources like ore veins as well as trees. Or at least that's what it's supposed to do. This place was filled with trees and it's all gone, so I think it did the opposite. Also, how does it regrow trees? Well, that is not the only thing it does, technically. It also respawns a bunch of these camps. And then this is kind of weird because it seems like there's a bunch of wood on the ground now. I wonder if this actually resets the orc town itself as well. But we should be able to get some more loot from these chests. Never mind. In some areas they are glitched from what I read in the patch notes. So there's no loot in them. So let's not mess around with the rest for now. Also something I wanted to check out is we should have a couple more buildables. It says we have 4, which is more than I expected. So we got the new chest types. And I actually do want to see how much bigger these are. Alright, so these are the 3 chests we currently have. This is the regular one. It has 4 rows and 6 wide. This is the elven chest, which is the first upgrade, which just seems to have a row of 6 extra, which is pretty nice. And then the ornate chest, which has another row. Alright, well that's pretty good. I actually do quite like the look of mainly the elven one. The ornate one, not 100% sure about that. But let's see what else we got. A resin ore and a salt ore pallet. Well, those were less exciting than I hoped for. Also, the minimap has a lot more icons now. Also, there should be a quick sort now, so if we click here, deposit similar, we immediately deposit everything that we have in our inventory that can go in the chest. So I guess the big new addition, besides the chest and the earthquakes, is they changed the ending a little bit, so it should be easier to understand. There was a wall here at some point, from what I remember, like an actual rock wall that we could not use, which means we could technically upgrade our dining hall to make it look even more luxurious. I don't really see a point to that yet, especially not with how many issues I already have with the current build, so I'll probably not be doing that. But that is quite interesting that they took out some of the walls. Well, my original plan was to actually wait until this update was out, and then start constructing the chest room. Now that it is out though, we don't actually have our forge in place yet, which was the other thing I wanted to get done first. I don't think I mentioned this yet during the video, but we've hit day 100, which is a quite a significant milestone in my opinion. Now will we be doing anything special? Well, probably not, to be fair. To be honest, besides building this base, there really isn't anything for us to do anyway. Something else, though, that kinda tipped me over the edge a little with this project. If we go here, this wall right here has been collapsing a couple times. It shows us yellow right now, and I can place this wall, and it should be fine. But this entire hallway just collapsed at some point when I was reloading the game, which is why there's an arch now, to give it better support. And yet I was still unable to place that wall. It seems like the way the game handles the structural integrity of the game, it's just completely bloody random sometimes. Like, a structure could be fine, you reload, too bad it's not fine. Which isn't the most fun when you're trying to build something on this scale. But anyway, we've gotten the floor into place. Now I want to see how large this room has to be. So all we need at the very least is, I want to have the furnace here. This other furnace, we need the bellows, the 2 forges, probably the gem cutter as well. And then I want to have a front part with the repair smithy and the workbench. The loom, ink grinder, wheel spinner, and rune table can go somewhere else. But I mainly want to have the forging stuff in place and some of the actual crafting things. So I know I just placed down the floor, but I do want to go up slightly. They also should make it, yes, if I hold E, it picks up everything from a radius. That is a lot better. Now I thought they also implemented that you could more easily clip into the terrain, but I feel like they just have not done that. Alright, the placing took a little while, but I got the room into place, so this is the space we have to work with, which should hopefully be enough. Let's start dotting a couple things down just to see if we're on the right track. So this is the biggest pane. This is actually a lot larger than I thought it would be, not gonna lie. But I imagine we can just place that there and it wouldn't stick out, right? No, it seems to be fine on this end. I love that for the height, it literally just fits. That is kind of insane and also probably kind of bad. I knew this thing was big, but I did not actually expect it to go this tall. And honestly, it probably just clips into the ceiling there. Alright, next up, we also want to have the regular furnace, of course, which can go over there. The Cuzadol Forge will go into the middle of the room. Regular forge. The gem cutter can go in the corner. The workbench, which is the last thing I wanted to place in here, I think can go right here next to the window. And this is basically what the room's gonna look like. Of course, we do still have to decorate it, and there has to be lights in here, everything like that. So it's not like we're like completely done either. You know, this is really why we should have like quarter pieces or something of the ceiling. Because placing them this close together, it looks really odd. Alright, what I think I want to do up here, to kind of block it off in a way that it looks like there is more up here. That way the place looks bigger than it actually is. You know, this requirement text makes it goddamn annoying to actually see what I'm doing. Ew, we have a siege. What's up, my dudes? Can you guys go outside, please, before you fuck something up? Alright, actually, this is the first time I'm actually using the hammer correctly on an enemy. The siege has ended. Alright, let's see how everything is doing. Surprisingly well, actually. They didn't actually hurt it that bad for how long they were bashing on here. Alright, how am I gonna do the ceiling here, though, is the question. Especially with this thing in the way. I might just remove this for now. Because I think it will probably go through the ceiling once we build it. That is the hope, anyway. Alright, with fiddling with it for what honestly feels like ages, I think I finally have a ceiling here that works. Like before, however, we are gonna need more Ubsum wood. This time we also need more stone. Actually, we forgot to put in the smithy. And of course a bunch of the chests, because the metals are gonna have to go in here. The repair smithy can go right next to the door, because we're probably gonna use this often. And just makes sense to place it next to the workbench. Alright, I think there needs to be some sort of stone floor there, on those two. But honestly, other than that, this ceiling probably would work nicely. But maybe it doesn't and all needs to be stone. That will be a problem for later though. For now, let's get some light in here. What a couple candles can do, eh? Place a couple weapon racks down. Armor stand in the middle. Should we put the ornate chest in the middle, maybe? It might look a little better. Alright, nice. We might just move the furnace here. Well, not as much move as just rotate. Just so that it looks a little nicer. And place an elven chest on here. I would honestly love to put up the shelves again. But I'm not sure if I'll trust these. Because if they break, they do destroy everything that's in the chest as well. Then again, you can't even put things on the floor in this game without it breaking. Alright, there we go. We got a couple chests in place. This is probably already enough. Let me move a couple things over and we'll see. It's mainly for the gems, coal, as well as ores and bars. Looking at it already, though, there's no way I'm gonna have enough for all the raw ores. We have over 1,000 iron ore? That is absolutely ridiculous. Alright, let's smelt some of it up at least. They really should make the stacks bigger. Like, it's absurd, right? That it's only... Look at how much I have. That was just from the adamant collecting as well. Even all the iron and gold don't even fit in this chest either. God damn. Actually, we have another chest here as well. May as well just put everything in there for now. Alright, after all of this is all done smelting, this big chest, the ornate chest, will be for just black diamonds. Right, so I'm making my way back, right, to the old base to get some of the, like, weapons to put on the weapon racks. I keep finding a bunch of elven wood everywhere. Also, something I just noticed, if we climb this, pretty sure it said the ore veins would have respawned, but it did not here. Because just from running back, look at the amount of wood we got. 40 elven wood and nearly 80 scrap wood. Kinda crazy though, not gonna lie. Alright, so I'll place some of the items on the weapon racks. They're not as visible as I would like them to be. You really have to look at them from above. However, though, I think this is as far as we can get a forge room. Of course, it still needs the ceiling. But honestly, what else is new? So does the feasting hall. But that just requires a ton of up some wood, which hopefully all respawned now. So I can actually go and collect a ton of it. Because I completely chopped down every mushroom tree there was down there. Which is why we did not have enough for the ceiling today. But with the earthquake, it should have all respawned, so I can gather some up. Next episode, I'm thinking of doing this area here. Eventually this will become the storage area. And this here will become the front entrance. So that is what we'll be working on in the next episode. However, what it's going to look like, I do not know yet. And we're also going to have to fix up the roofs. Lots to be doing, to be honest. A lot has to be done. So I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye, everyone.